for the front 6 positions in the World Championship ranking later on. Next up, though, we have the repechage for the lightweight men's pair, which you can see the recap of underway there. They're just approaching halfway now. We have Roland Szigeti and David Foray for Hungary in lane 1. John Devlin and Alex Twist for USA in lane 2. Nikita Bolozhin and Alexei Kiashko for Russia in lane 3. Joel Castle, Sam Scrimger for Great Britain in lane 4. Giuseppe Di Mara and Alfonso Scalzone for Italy in lane 5. And completing the field for Mexico in lane 6. Edmundo Reynoso and Angie Canul. Now, they've just gone through the 1,000, so let's jump straight into it. Robert, who's leading?
Italy leading. They're turning around a 2-second deficit after Sunday's heats and charging along at a very high rate for Di Mare and Scalzone, about 2/3 of a length up on Joel Castles and Sam Scrimger for Great Britain, who in turn have half a length on the Russians in the lane immediately to their right. These 3 pairs well clear of the field, David.
That's right, Robert, and these Italians rowing, I had them almost 38, 39 strokes a minute. Savage pace down the race course here as they approach 1250 in their blue uni suits. They have about 3/4 of a length on GB. You said turning around a 2-second difference from the heat, where Great Britain actually beat the Italians. So we'll see what the Italians have in this last 750, considering the pace that they are on. And here come the Russians a little bit. The Russians trying to move into Great Britain, not having a huge amount of success with it, but there is an overlap between the 2 boats. And then looking back at the rest of the field, the United States actually at 1,000 may have been in 5th place, but they've put on quite a move there and have moved into a fairly solid 4th place over the boat right in front of us from Mexico.
Yeah, and David, and that's where the real race is, because don't forget the leading 4 across the line will go to join Ireland and Brazil in the race for medals later in the week. So the 3 leading contenders with 500 meters remaining, surely well set, but a really good push there for Devlin and Twist. They've been level with the Mexicans for about 500 meters, but the US 1 length up on that vital 4th place ahead of Mexico and Hungary.
That's right. The stroke seed Alex Twist went to the University of Puget Sound, and the bowman from DC, Gonzaga College High School, John Devlin, he went to Georgetown for his undergraduate education, and they have started to pull away, but they will need the home crowd to ensure that they move through to the A final and hold on to that 4th position. Looking back up front, the Italians have not let up. The gas is still pushed. They are still at a very high rating, and they actually have found a bit more distance on their lead over that GB boat just above them in lane 4.
And isn't that a mark of just how competitive things are at this sort of level? Not content with simply qualifying for the A final. They want to do it in style. They want to go into that race for medals with the psychological advantage of having crossed the line in 1st position. The Italians have eased back a little, but they are still pounding down at 38 strokes a minute, just 1 length clear ahead of the GB pair, who are facing pressure from the Russians inside the last 150. Over to you, Pete.
It's such awesome style as well, Robert. They're still holding 38. GB going up to 38 as well, as are Russia. They're all absolutely sprinting, and that margin is closing down in this repechage for the lightweight men's pair as they come into the closing stages. But the dividing line mark is between the USA and the trailing 2 crews, Hungary and Mexico.
Indeed, it looks like, at least at the moment, that the U.S. might move on to that A final. 1 through 4 to the A final, but coming to the line, Italy still looking good. Russia on the charge. My.
Here we come then. Italy cross the line to win this repechage for the lightweight men's pair ahead of Russia and Great Britain. Those 3 go through to the A final. The USA a few lengths of clear water down on the contest at the front of the field there, but nonetheless looking pretty strong, striking 36. Alex Twist and John Devlin placed 4th in this repechage for the lightweight men's pair. They go through to the A final, missing out then Szigeti and Foray for Hungary in 5th, and Reynoso and Canol of Mexico, they'll go through to the B final.
Amazing racing there at the end of those front 3 boats, the Russians, the Great Britain boat, and the one from Italy. Italy really putting on a show, as you've called it so many times, Peter. They really can